Hello! Mabuhay! This is Teacher Lourdes, and this is your course, Research 2, Project Development. Our lesson 5 is Data Collection Procedures and Ethics. Our objectives are write procedures for data gathering appropriate to their research design, ensure ethical practices in conducting research, and prepare a data collection plan for your proposed study. A researcher distributed online surveys without explaining the purpose of the study. The participants were not informed that their responses would be published. Later, some participants complained that their private information was exposed. What mistakes did the researcher make? What ethical principles were violated? How could the situation have been prevented? You can pause this video and answer in the comment section below. Now let's have the lesson proper. Let's first discuss the data collection procedures. Data collection procedures refer to the step-by-step process that researchers follow to gather information systematically and accurately. According to John Creswell in 2014, clear procedures improve reliability and ensure consistency in research implementation. Let's now discuss the components of data collection procedures. The first process is to secure permissions. You need to seek approval from the institution, the school, or the organization wherein you will conduct your research. And you must acquire an ethics clearance if it is required. Like for me, I am my study is about the Manide tribe, so I need to seek ethics clearance from the National Commission of Indigenous People and consent from participants. So before I gather my data from the Manide tribe elders, I gather them, I feed them with the snack, and I ask for their consent to conduct my study. Number two is identifying participants. You must define the inclusion and the exclusion criteria. When you say inclusion, what are the things you will include in your study? And when you say exclusion, the things that are not included in your study. And you will determine the sampling method. For example, the sampling method you will use is random sampling or purposive sampling. Another is contact potential participants. So that's how the first two steps of the data collection process. The third process is preparing the research instruments. The research instruments may include survey questionnaires, interview guides, observation checklist, and pilot testing if necessary. Number four, you will now have the actual data gathering. You will schedule the data collection and you will administer the instrument and you will monitor the responses of your respondents and you will record and store the data securely. We say securely because the data are there is a privacy data law wherein you don't need to uh, you don't need to mention your participants or respondents' private data. And number five is data organization. It includes coding the responses and transcribing the interviews and encoding survey data. When you say coding, you are analyzing the responses. You're analyzing the responses of your participants and you will thematically analyze it and you will arrange the respondents according to themes. Okay, and when you transcribe, you will write down, or there are application which transcribe interviews. You just have to download the transcribing application. You can also transcribe using the Microsoft Word application, and you will encode the survey data. So these are the 5 steps in your data gathering. For example, The data gathering procedure for your quantitative study. First, you will need to submit a letter of request to the school principal, and upon the approval, the consent forms will be distributed to grade 12 students. After securing consent, the researcher will administer a validated questionnaire during class hours. And the collected data will be encoded in Excel and stored in a password protected file. So you need a password because there is a, as I have mentioned, there is a data privacy law wherein the data or the personal or the private data of your respondents should not be included in your discussion. This will be kept private. Okay? And letter B, let's discuss about the research ethics. Research ethics ensures the protection of the participants' rights, dignity, and welfare. The World Medical Association, through the Declaration of Helsinki, emphasizes ethical standards in human research. So, what are the core ethical principles? Number one is the informed consent. When you say informed consent, the participants must know the purpose of the study, the procedures involved, the risks and the benefits, and that they have the right to withdraw anytime. If they do not want to participate in your data gathering procedure anymore, they can withdraw anytime. Number two is confidentiality. So you will need to protect the participant identity, and you will use codes instead of names, and you will secure data storage. So in your research, you do not have to mention the names of your participants or your validators to protect their identity. Number three is voluntary participation. So there is no coercion or pressure. You cannot force your participants to answer your survey questionnaire if they do not want to. Number four is beneficence, which means you will do no harm to any of your participants, and you will need to maximize the benefits and minimize any risk. And number five is integrity. There should be no data fabrication and no plagiarism. There should be honest reporting of findings. So this is very important. You are students, you do not have to fabricate any data. You need to have actual data from your data collection procedures, and no plagiarism, because if you commit plagiarism, you will be expelled from the school. And you should have honest reporting of findings. Okay? So these are the ethical issues in the digital age, online surveys, and privacy concerns. So in the digital age, sometimes online surveys can be hacked and privacy concerns are affected. Next is data breaches. So as I have said, data breaches, there are hackers who can grab your data. So these are an issue in the digital age. Next is AI generated responses. So when the response is AI, there is a privacy and knowledge based data that should not become AI generated. Okay, so this is also an issue in the digital age. And recording interviews without permission. So when you are interviewing your participant, there should be a consent that they are willingly participate in your interview, and they say yes that you will be recording their responses. So let's now go to letter C, preparing a data collection plan. So this is a sample. A data collection plan is a structured document outlining how the data will be gathered. So this is a sample format. First one, the research design. For example, you will use quantitative survey. The participants, 100 grade 12 students, for example. Sampling method, simple random sampling. And the instrument, 20-item Likert Hales questionnaire. And data collection method, face-to-face survey. And the ethical safeguards, consent form, anonymity, and secure storage. Timeline, March 1 to 15, 2026. So this is a sample data collection plan. Okay, for your student activity, there will be this things you will do. Part A, short writing, good for 10 points. You will write a brief data collection procedure for this topic. For example, study habits and academic performance of senior high school students. Include permission process, the participants, the instrument, and the ethical safeguards. Okay, so now you will have this part B. Answer this. This is ethical identification, good for 10 points, meaning 2 points each. Identify the violated ethical principle. 1, a researcher forces students to answer a survey. 2, names of respondents are published in the research paper. 3, the researcher changes data to match the hypothesis. 4, participants are not informed about audio recording. And 5, respondents are not allowed to withdraw from the study. So, which identical issue is violated in these 5 settings? Okay. Part C, 20 points. Answer in 5 to 10 sentences. Why is ethical research important in academic writing, and what might happen if ethical standards are ignored? And part D, for 15 points, you will prepare a 1 to 2 page data collection plan for your proposed study, which include the procedure, the ethical considerations, and the timeline. So that's our lesson. I hope you learned something. These are our references. Thank you so much to these references. Thank you also to Zoom.com, ChatGPT, and Canva.com. So this is your teacher Lourdes saying, mabuhay!